I don't want to say it's funny. It's pretty cruel. The Falcons defensive coordinator, Jeff, was it Ulbrich?
Yeah.
So he's the Falcons defensive coordinator, and his son got Shedeur Sanders' phone number from his dad's iPad. Now, a defensive coordinator, the organization for the Falcons probably had Shedeur's personal cell for, in case they were going to draft him or call him, whatever. I'm sure that all 32 teams had. That's probably part of some of the paperwork that you fill out when you go to the. Yes, Lummy, he didn't participate in much drills of the combine, but he did get inspected: height, weight, arm length, hand width. All the things that they do to you. And then you probably fill out like an information package, your social security number in case they just, and one of which is probably your personal cell phone. And you don't have a problem with, 32 teams of the NFL having your cell phone. I'm sure you don't have a problem with that. I know for a fact that Dion changed his phone number because I reached out to him after the Shiloh goes to the Buccaneer mention, and what used to be iPhone to iPhone would turn blue, turned green, and then last night at 10:07 from a Boulder, Colorado number, I got a message that said Sponge. ... So I'll return Dion's text today when I get off the air and just extend. While in Tampa, if Shiloh needs anything, I'm pretty well connected. Let me know. We'll take care of him.
That's pretty cool.
Including, but not limited, seeing if we can get him in here in the studio. And so, anyway, the Falcons defensive coordinator, he's got Shiloh's phone number. Shedeur's phone number. And I think we've all seen it. Let me, did you act? Did they take it down?
No, I can find.
Can you find it for me? It's him sitting at a desk. On a couch. And he calls Shedeur.
I sent it to you. It's a side by side.
Thank you. And he calls Shedeur acting like he's representing. Okay, here we go. Representing the Falcons. Now, do you think that this?
No, representing the Saints.
Oh, the Saints. Now, do you think that does it stop here, or do you think that this? Does the guy lose his job over it?
No, nothing's happening to him.
Nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's happening to him.
How about the kid?
I don't know what's going to happen to the kid. I mean, the NFL, I don't think it can punish him. And I was trying to figure out what the punishment should be, because I know a lot of people think it's funny. I think it's messed up to screw with somebody
I do too.
When they're waiting, to accomplish their dream, and that happens. But then I was thinking, you know what, Bubba? This guy, the punishment might just be having a moron for a son. I was like, that might be the most humiliating punishment of them all, because not only did his son steal a phone number from his computer, but then his son is dumb enough to sit here and record this and be on camera, which the internet was able to piece together.
Right. I mean, the son didn't try to kayfabe it or go like
and that's the son on the couch, by the way.
Pixelate his face, or like the son just laid it right out there. So you're right. Maybe the punishment is the fact that my son's an idiot.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be the worst punishment that he could have for right now.
So Shedeur, this is they're still in round one, and the Saints are coming up. And everybody, including myself, we're thinking, including myself and probably Seth, everybody's thinking, okay, Shedeur's going to go to the Saints.
So this was day 2, by the way, too.
Oh, this was day 2?
Yeah, because you see how it's daytime.
And again, that doesn't change the fact that the Saints, at this point, hadn't drafted a quarterback. You could think to yourself, okay, maybe they were like, oh my God, Shedeur slipped to 2. We thought we were going to have to burn a 1 on him, but we didn't. He's there at 2. Let's get him. I mean, of all the teams, they're the ones that need quarterback help.
And they drafted one.
Yeah. So this is like somebody at. By the way, this is Dion's house and just north of Texas. I'm sorry, just north of Dallas, like near the Plano area kind of deal. and he has obviously a bunch of family. This might be one of Shedeur's cousins or something like that, and he sees somebody calling, and he's they probably gave him the phone and say, hey, if somebody's calling Shedeur, bring the phone to Shedeur.
So he's got a phone caddy.
Yeah,
maybe that's one of the problems.
Yeah, true. I mean, Jay, you drive Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Porsches and what have you, and you carry your own cell phone, don't you, my friend?
Still wash my own cars.
Here we go.
Hey, is this Shedeur? Hey, this is Mickey Loomis here, the GM of the New Orleans Saints. How you doing? This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah.
Hold on. So Shedeur says, good, I've been waiting on you. Poor kid, man. Like you said, Seth. Poor guy. I mean, this man.
I know. There's a very anti-Shedeur crowd. I understand people dislike him. I just feel like, man. I feel like this is messed up.
This is mental cruelty, man.
And like I said, this is just having to be the defensive coordinator now for the Falcons.
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
This ain't gonna be nothing to do.
Hey, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that.
What does that mean? What? What did he say? I don't know. How you gonna ask us what it means and you was on the phone? You heard that?
He said you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Sorry about that.
Why did he talk? What the fuck?
He got him.
I don't know what that was. It's 50-50. But nobody got this number though.
It was private.
Huh?
See, now, Seth, you're right. Like, Shedeur's all mind, like, he's all mind screwed right now.
Well, and he just got that number. Only the teams had it.
Right.
And this kid got the number from his dad's computer.
Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe that's the reason why I got texted by a new number from Dion, because they all got new numbers.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did they just troll, bro?
Okay.
Man, he just got trolled, bro. They tripping now, fam. Now I'm gonna crash out, bro.
It is what it is. They said we're gonna tell you what the next pick, but you gotta wait a little bit longer. That's wild. It is what it is.
Think about it.
It makes the story better.
The quarterback after the top two with number one, but Cam Ward went one, Jackson Dart went late first. Now he gets the third quarterback off the board. Saints in a dome stadium. At the peak, Atlanta's dome, the weather, Carolina, Tampa Bay, favorable.
No, they ain't pick nobody.
Saturday. I'm sorry, Saturday?
Okay. Yeah, it was his day too.
Yeah, this Saturday.
So he thinks this is pretty crappy to do to somebody,
so Dion, this is his house in Texas, and so he's got just not friends and family and some friends and a little camera crew there just to captivate the moment once it finally happens.
You would think so. I mean, I'm sitting here trying to read the body language of the people.
Yeah, me too.
I'm looking at Brandon Staley, the defensive coordinator. I'm going, does he look happy? Kellen Moore happy? Which one of these guys is really looking at Mickey Loomis going, hey, thank you for giving me the guy I wanted?
And look at Shedeur, man. Poor guy. Like, he's freaked out. Now, see, this is the necklace ensemble he should have been wearing, night one. Not
the Beastie Boys necklace.
You would think
where that ball at?
The quarterback,
where the football
Derek Carr's health situation would be something that they would want to impress. But wide receiver, the availability of their wide receiver.
You start practicing now. you wouldn't practice at the combine, but now you're going to start throwing dimes, kid.
Right now, they have some help in the wide receiver, but that'd be a position that they say they're going to be able to take care of Kellen Moore.
Real-time combines.
Who'd they get?
They didn't say.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
All right, so it's just a big waiting party. This all goes to the various reports as to who did it, and it was the Falcons defensive coordinator Jax Ulbrich's son admits to the draft pick calling Shedeur Sanders. In a statement, the Falcons explained that Jax stumbled upon Sanders' draft contact number on an unattended iPad while visiting his parents' home. He wrote it down and then later used it to place a prank call. The teen emphasized that Jeff Ulbrich? Yeah, Ulbrich was unaware of the situation until it occurred. The Atlanta Falcons do not condone the behavior and send our sincere apologies to Shedeur and his family. The statement read, the Falcons added that both the team and Jax Ulbrich personally apologize to Sanders, and they have informed the NFL they will cooperate with any future inquiries. No discipline will be imposed on Jeff, and the Falcons said that they are reviewing their internal protocols to prevent similar incidents. It's unclear whether the NFL will take additional action, especially as other prank calls to draft prospects were reported during the event.
I tell you what Jeff Ulbrich did wrong. He didn't put a password on his frickin' iPad. There should be punishment for that. My kid can't get into my iPad. I mean, your NFL protected iPad that has all of the confidential information, the playbook, I would imagine's in there, whatever. I mean, give him a week. Give him a fine. Don't you think something should be done?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, Glenn.
Yeah.
All right, let me...
Well, no, he's just constant today.
It looked like it was on hold. It looked like it was...
Yeah, I didn't put up, yeah. He just keeps...
Is it Gary?
No, yeah, it was... what's Charlie?
So Jack...
I long for Gary at this point.
Jack Ulbrich on his Instagram, this is the guy that did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jax Ulbrich, son of defensive coordinator, which is Jeff Ulbrich.
Yes.
What his name was.
Yeah, Jeff Ulbrich.
On Friday night, I made a tremendous mistake. Shedeur, what I did was completely inexcusable, embarrassing, and shameful. I'm so sorry I took away your moment. It was selfish and childish. I could never imagine getting away. Here's the first thing they should do is pull it down. Like, they should pull it down because...
Well, now everyone else has it, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm so sorry I took away from your moment. It was selfish and childish. I could never imagine getting ready to celebrate one of the greatest moments of my life and made a terrible mistake and messed with your moment. Thank you for accepting my call earlier today. I hope you find it in your heart to forgive me.
So he called Shedeur back?
You know what? That's pretty cool.
That's big of Shedeur to pick up.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I mean, because...
But Shedeur has no really options at that point,
No,
does
I
he?
was going to say it's a forgiving family. So I knew that they were going to forgive this guy, and now with the NFL saying that they're not going to punish him, nothing's happening to him at all.
It's terrible.
Except
isn't it intentional infliction of emotional distress? I mean, he's like he's intentionally calling him to create what? Distress, to get a viral moment. I think it's crappy, man.
But the thing about it is, the
apology sucks.
Shedeur can't file any type of civil thing on him because it looks like a bully picking on.
Can the Saints? Can the Saints do something for him saying he was Mickey Loomis?
But yeah,
I'm sure they're not happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's interesting.
You like impersonation?
I mean,
right?
I'm not trying to bring the kid up on criminal charges. I'm just thinking there's not a lot of people happy.
Maybe
but
a weekend picking up trash, right, Seth?
Yeah, I just said there's not a lot of people happy in this situation, but there's also not a lot of things that you can do to really the dad or the son.
But if you know what, Jay, if I'm the dad, I come out heavy-handed. And
For sure.
And listen to this. So if I'm the dad, tell me if this isn't, you don't love this. If I'm the dad, I punish my son publicly by doing something philanthropic for the community, meaning picking up trash, helping feed the homeless, doing something to give back to the community in a punishing type way that you would potentially get from the courts if you did something, not real bad, but the judge made you go pick up trash for the weekend or go work at the animal shelter or go do something in lieu of my brain fart of an idea of trying to work at the women's shelter, something.
For sure.
That would be the way that you could turn this around into maybe saving a little face for the kid.
At least as you're the person who, at a minimum, negligently left your computer or your iPad around. And I think it's pretty ridiculous that if this happened in my office and I left my iPad around and I didn't have let's say I had a password and someone broke into my iPad and they got one of my clients' numbers and they called him directly. You know what that is? Theft. Just because there's no password in the computer doesn't mean you have access. He wasn't supposed to be on the iPad. He goes in, he gets confidential information, he takes it, and then he uses it.
I think he does that, or a fundraiser, some type of fundraiser.
It's crappy.
And he donates it to Shedeur's charity of choice.
There you go. All of it. I think all of it.
Something like that.
And I think that the team should have said to Ulrich, we're giving you a week suspension. This is, no pay for a week. Sorry, buddy. We'll do it in the off season.